In today's meeting, we're going to look into how to design the filter control in WebFOCUS Designer in version 9. So we're going to start with a first page. So we're going to build a very basic page, start with a basic grid here as well. So from that folder, I'm going to take some sample reports. So nothing too specific, so just some content. And actually, as you see in here, the eye indicates that there are some filters. So let's add the filters to the page. And by default, I get those grids here. So to change them, there's just limited flexibility. So it started with a grid that's wide enough to cover what I need. I can click outside here to get the full thing in here on that container in here. So I could in here go to format and now change the amount of columns. So I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, or 6 columns, but I can also go in here and do something like select multiple elements, merge them. But besides them, there's not too much on designing on those elements. But of course, if, for example, I want to reduce the width of that column in here, easiest way is to go in here. So go to the settings of that element. There's a class assigned here. So I'm gonna call that one Patrick. So now that one has assigned a CSS class. And to be able to assign or design an element, just assign a class, go to the outline, and there's the CSS tab. And I prepared a little very basic CSS information in here, setting the minimal width of that element and the maximum width. So I can force it, for example, as well to have 20 pixel minimum and maximum. So it's always going to be 20 pixel. I can set the height as well. I can set up a padding in here. So let's set the padding to 0. So yeah, let's set all of them to be 0. I can set a border if I want to. So I could remove the border in here. I can, of course, for demo purposes, set a background color. So I just added a background color. So you're going to be easily see the column in the report. So only thing left is close that one. It's not going to be displayed here immediately. So if I run it, you're going to see it's now at that certain defined width. And it has as having that color that I assigned it to make it easier to find for you guys. So of course you could remove the color and just keep the size in here. So easy and simple way to do it. Let me save that element. So let me save it to filter CSS. Keep it in here. So it's stored. Close it. I created that element in here. Here it is. So I can open it up, of course, or run it. So if you edit it, there we go. You're still not going to see it. So that's the thing in here. But if you go to the CSS classes, there's your CSS class still in there. You can still run it. And done. In case you want to use those CSS definitions more often, you might not want to put it into the outline. So besides that one, you can also look into the page. Important is go to the outline thing in here. So you're going to see all the elements in here. You got format, and there's the theme. So you see I'm using Designer 2018, which is actually stored in the general folder, the global resources. There are the templates. So there I can create custom or standard themes. So if I go to the custom themes, I could pick up one of the themes in here, or I can go to standard, pick up one of the fields in here. And of course, instead of adding that Patrick definition to each and every page, I could also go to the theme CSS in here, edit it, and add my Patrick definition in here. So Patrick is going to be available wherever I'm going to use that, wherever I'm going to use that specific definition of the style. So in that case, the only thing I would have to do is, again, go to the folder. So it's in my private folder. It's in tutorial retail, and go back to my filter page. So go to edit, in that case, the only step, if I add that Patrick CSS definition to the standard theme, the only thing I would have to do is really select that element and call it Patrick. And that's going to be repeatable. So I can select that one as well and assign the class Patrick to it. And if I run it, it's supposed to pick up Patrick, but let me see. It's combined in here now, so it's slightly wider here. So let me take a look at that one. So we got that second Patrick class 1, Patrick class 2. So actually, let me remove Patrick from here. Let me save it, so we're going to keep it, run it again. Yep, sorry, close that one, run it. Now you see that one is now Patrick in green. You see it's very small. If we go back again, oops, sorry. If we go back again and we call that one or assign the class Patrick to that one, and we run it, is now a wider one. So that's the basic idea of those filter classes. Easy, comfortable way to style element. And of course, that can be done for each and any element in that page in here. So you can add all those classes to the standard theme, or just if it's just something individual for one single page, add it to the page. That's it.